What's up? Coach Dan Blewett here. Today we're going to talk about holding runners, and let's go over real quick the basics. So holding runners is not a super complex thing, but most pitchers don't seem to have the mental bandwidth to really control the game well. And what I mean by that is they're so focused on what pitch they should pick, what location they're going to throw to, their mechanics, like all these other factors in the game that they don't have enough brain power left over, kind of like a computer, to really focus on what they need to do to keep runners at bay. The biggest thing in holding runners is that you have to mix up your timing so you could pick or pitch at any second of hold. And what I mean by that is you come set, you go 1,000, 2, 1,000, you pitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you pick. 1, pick. 1, pitch. You come set and pick. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you pitch. Your head movements can be random. So you look over a bunch of times, you pick. You look over a bunch of times, then you pitch. So everything that you do on the mound should be randomized. If you do that, runners are going to have a really tough time knowing when they should go, because the goal for a runner in getting a good jump, if he's going to steal second base or third base, is to have a good idea like, okay, Dan always comes set 1, 1,000, 2, and then I go. Because he's always come set and held for 2 seconds, and then he pitches. So you fall into a rhythm and everyone gets comfortable, the runner gets comfortable, and the hitter gets comfortable too. So when you start to mix up your timing and mix up your movements and mix up your head nods and all that stuff, the runner is always on ice trying to figure out when he should go, and the hitter is always trying to anticipate when he should start his stride and his swing. So there's a lot of good things that come from randomizing your delivery and being good at holding runners, and we're going to go over those today. I've got 2 good examples. I've got an amateur pitcher who does an awesome job, and I've got a pro pitcher that did a rather poor job. He was very predictable pretty much the entire game that I watched him. So stick around. You're going to see some great examples, and I think you're going to learn a lot today about holding runners. Okay, so let's look at how Buzz here holds some runners. So the length of hold for that pitch was about 1.5 seconds, right? 1, 1,000, boom, and he pitches. Now on this next one, he's going to have a much longer hold. And the big thing is a big swing between one hold and the next. So he's going to come set. Runner's got a, okay lead, average size lead. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he goes. So that's a pretty long hold. If the runner's going to go on that pitch, he's going to have to wait a while. It's going to suck some of the life out of his legs, and he's not going to get a good idea of when to actually take off. Now he's going to come set. Let's see what length of hold he does this time.
That would be a threat to that entire housing district.
A lot shorter, basically a 1 second and then pitch. So he does a really good job of being focused on mixing up his timing, moving his head around a bunch of different ways. So you'll see the head movement. And those are just little things where you don't want the runner to say, okay, well, if he always moves his head this way, he's doing that. And that last one was a good example, too. Now he picked over without even coming set. So far in this 3 or 4 pre-pitch sequence mix, he's picked over before he even came set. He's held for 2 seconds. He's held for 1 second and pitched. And he's held for 4 seconds and pitched. So he's done 4 different things on every single pitch, which is a really good thing. I mean, he's really smart for a young pitcher. So let's see what he does on this next pitch.
Well, 90-mile-per-hour fastball, what's 90 divided
1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, boom, goes.
You're not in school?
And that ball is put in play, and the inning's over. So overall, a really good job by him in keeping the runners off balance where they don't have any good idea of whether he's going to pick or pitch on any duration of hold. Okay, so now we've got a pro guy here. Let's see how he does. And I'm going to give you a little foreshadowing. He's about between 2 and 3 seconds on every pitch, which puts him in a nice rhythm for both the hitter and the runner. Not exactly what you want to do as a pitcher. So he has a little bit of wiggle here before he finally comes set. 1, 2, and then he goes. Now he's set. 1, 2, pitch. Now he's set. 1, 2. So I'm going to replay this clip as I talk. This is, again, just falling into a pretty consistent pattern. He's somewhere between 2 seconds and 3 seconds, and if you're just casually watching the game, there's no real difference between one pitch and the next. He gets the ball back. He goes through his pre-pitch setup. He kind of wiggles and has a little process to get fully set. And then once he's fully set, it's between 2 and 3 seconds every time. And then he pitches the ball. So if you're a base runner, you're pretty comfortable about when to take off. And he also seems, just from his body language, pretty focused on the plate. Now, that's not to say he did this entire game, but I also was watching this game, and he pretty much did this the entire game. I mean, he was very consistently around 2 seconds on almost every hold. Just in general, didn't do a very good job of mixing his timing up. So this just puts you in a good rhythm as a runner or a hitter, where you just know you're going to get a chance to go as a runner, or you're going to get your pitch in about 2 or 3 seconds each time, which again is not what we want to do. All right, I hope this video on holding runners helped. It's something that it's not super complex. You just have to mix up your timing. You can't be predictable. You want the runner to think that you could pick over or pitch at any given time. So it could be 1 second or 4 second or whatever. And he wants to think that all of your head movements, all that stuff is completely random. He doesn't know that when you do this, it means that, or if you do this, it means that. Like, everything that you do as a pitcher should be somewhat randomized. So hopefully this tutorial helped. If you enjoyed it, definitely hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share it with a friend. Check out the links in the description below. You'll find my 2 books, Pitching Isn't Complicated and Dear Baseball Gods. Both will help you a lot on your journey as a pitcher. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.